Hello everybody and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker post-game. You kind of caught me in the middle of something. I was in the middle of escorting this guy because I figured, you know what, if we're going to be doing more post-game here in Thavnir, I figured it'd probably be a good idea to start doing some of the Aether Current quests. So let me wrap this up and then wrap this up. God damn it. But yeah, happy Easter everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday morning so far. Let me see. It's right over this way. Oh wait. Yeah, not so fast, right? But yeah, apologies for the lack of a stream last week. I was pretty burned out from some commission stuff that I had to take care of. And so I figured I'll just save streaming FF14 for this week instead. So as you no doubt can tell, we're starting a bit early this morning, largely because 2 weeks ago when I streamed FF14, we didn't quite get a chance to finish the first patch of Endwalker. We kind of stopped halfway through. So we'll be finishing up patch 6.1 today and getting into 6.2 as well. Hopefully all goes well. Just finish escorting this guy. Not a whole lot of note happened last time, now that I think about it. I think we raided a vault of treasure because we thought it was like going to be something that we could use to redistribute wealth to Thavnir, only to find out that Vishan or Vitra basically already knew about it, and the vault was actually more of a, if I recall, it was housing a portal to the 13th, a small rift. Hold on. Oh, entrance to Polika Standard. There we go. You do anything special for Bunny Day? I honestly don't plan to. Just mostly just chilling with friendos and whatnot. I don't know how to thank you. You've saved my life. Please tell that brave woman from the Radiant House that I've arrived safe and sound. I must think of a way to repay your bravery. All right, and that's another Aether Current quest down. I believe get over. I gotta be honest, the jogging function in this game has definitely become very useful. I believe he's in here. Oh, there. Aha. Yep. There. Once your arrival, I recognize that man from the group I was with, and I'm overjoyed to see him safe. Thank you for escorting him here. Truly, you are worthy of the reputation you've earned. I dare say even Agama would be awed by your bravery. Have I heard of the Switch 2? Yes. Am I impressed with that price? No, I am definitely not someone that's going to be buying that thing on launch. I've got way more important stuff to take care of. Than another Nintendo Switch, which I'll barely play. Okay, so that's... We need 3 more. I have a quest that I just turned in a minute ago. Alright, well, I will wrap up these on my own time. For now, though, we're gonna go back to... where was it? Get a mod. There is still stuff to do over here, but we'll do it later. I'm unsure for how long I'll be going for today. We'll see. It all depends on what we're able to get done and how quick or slow the pacing for today is. But yeah, I've been trying out some new video game series that I haven't gotten the chance to play before in the past couple weeks or so that I kind of forgot to mention last I streamed. So I started playing Cyberpunk 2077 and I think I really enjoy it, but I gotta put some like dedicated time to that, mostly because that's one of those games that you really gotta kind of immerse yourself in, and just doing it bit by bit kind of just lessens the impact. And then yesterday I started playing through the Devil May Cry series because of the horrific Netflix show that came out. I beat 1, really enjoyed it, started 2. 2 is 2. Oh, Colin, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Kazal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. I've heard good things about DMC 1, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna, as much as I'd like to continue playing through 2, I'm probably just gonna drop it. Obviously not the stream for it, but it's one of those things where it's like, there's not a whole lot of redeeming qualities to that game. Everything in that game is kind of just, it's alright, but so much of it just feels very jank, or just, it just doesn't feel right. Coming straight off of 2, sorry, coming straight off of 1. So I'm probably just gonna drop it and skip over to 3 when I get the chance. And then maybe, if all goes well, I may end up having a dedicated stream set up for me playing through DMC 5, but it'll all depend. Greetings and welcome, travelers. If this is your first visit to Thavnir, then you must go try my special Amrelast. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,000. 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. Stealing at that price, you're the only thief around here. Still not turning a profit these days. Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me, we might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps at the street. Alright, so this is another one of those assess the state of the town kind of like quests. Staff? How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger is past, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kazal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure we'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. I've spoken with key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace's hardships. Rashawn awaits you to report at the Megaduta. Okay, so generally speaking, from what I make of this, Vashon wanted us to kind of like inspect how the local populace is doing, so he knows what to do with the wealth that was in the vault, because he wants to redistribute it, but he wants to know how first. I'm curious to see what will happen here. Also, let me accept this other Aether Current quest. By the Dust Brother, no one told me Kinkana was a Matanga. Could I ask you to speak with her in my stead? Oh, right. There are certain of these guys that are afraid of them. That's just in the right. When I have your name, it's Colin Devra. Don't much to sustain the reputation over people. You are looking for work though. Yes, many have been forced to take what they can since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? I can fight lest you doubt my skill is likened to that of a Dragonbane, the legendary Chakazo herself. Man, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out with escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and ask us some... Okay. Another escort mission with like, getting the lady to where she needs to go and killing any baddies along the way. Colin, I can't do this alone. Let me the strength of the victor and then Victor then jump. Oh, they do remember that. How interesting that they recognize me all the way from there. All right, now obviously I'll get to doing that later's. But for now, head on back to. Over to the Megaduta. There's a Stinian. My advisor's return. I just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least, and there are a few places I can enter comfortably without the risk of flattening some cart or stall. Oh, poor guy. Hey, Jackrith. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. The Matanga over there are known as very aggressive Gajasura. Gotcha. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they preserved with some assistance from Yedimad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to the foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated. Its prosperity depended on the steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyale and Yedimad? Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedimad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Right. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Also, let me open up a can of soda real quick. Snap. Also, apologies if occasionally I just stop reading for whatever reason. It's still fairly early. I'm kind of trying to wake up still. Oh, also, let me turn off Discord sounds.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Eorzea's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul.
Poor Ahawan. Man got ate.
Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more.
Yay!
None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society.
Can't simply throw money at this problem.
Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this
Oh boy, asking me how to deal with orphans?
What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Well, let's think. Taxes, levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. It takes a village. So... levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. The whole village gets together to, you know, all of Rodzahan gets together to save the children. Let's go with this. As a fair note, I am not a financial advisor.
I see. We create a reliable source of revenue. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Eorzea Carl's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
I would say that's reasonable but fair. Any profits you make, a portion of it goes towards, you know, orphanage and charity.
Is deserving of a worthy name.
Something with Kazal seems appropriate.
A fitting candidate. Kazal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much...
Poor man just reached his wit's end and let his emotions get the better of him.
Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Khalzal, I feel
I've seen screenshots of this guy.
only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
Fucking triangle face over here.
Right, men.
Well, I've seen screenshots of this guy before the new update, where he looks very low poly and very triagonal with his face. They clearly fixed him, but he still looks like a butterbean.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Khalzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
You know, if there is a bit of a complaint I could levy towards FF14 is I wish the dialogue choices that you have an opportunity to participate in had a bit more impact with what you're able to influence. Obviously, I understand that there's an overarching narrative that they want to kind of like keep in certain things that need to be the way they are. But I feel like if you're going to give me a choice on what to say, they shouldn't mean the same thing, but just spelled a different way.
Man, side by side in pursuit of a...
Reminds me of Fallout 4, where it's like, you say the same thing, but sarcastic. You say the same thing, but angry. You say the same thing, but coy. Like, I think I'd infinitely prefer it if my choices actually meant something. Outside of just like, you know, little flavor text or little dialogue changes. Giant popoto pancakes. I'll take pancakes. So yeah, if I could say something as well, this definitely feels like back to kind of square one. Back to kind of square one with the quest design, where it's very much, well, quest design and story, I should say, where it's very much, all right, let's deal with the political and emotional turmoil that's to follow a calamity, right? Like I do like it. The first option you got does allow you to reference other options you can involved in some optional quests. Ah, okay. My close have been oiled cogs of this administration since before the I1 assumed office. They understand what needs to be done, and I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. If I had done those quests, of course. Yeah, no, obviously I haven't had a huge opportunity to do a lot of side material, given how busy I've been. I don't think I haven't done the role quests for Endwalker yet either, for the colorable outfits. So it's funny because I think for Paladin I already had, no, not for Paladin. No, never mind. I don't have them unlocked for Warrior. I think I do have them unlocked for Monk though, because I think I bought a level skip for Monk. So if anything, I think I have colorable dye for Monk and their armor. So where in Ratzat Han? Ah, over there. To be honest, I didn't do the role quest for Endwalker. I haven't been really motivated to do them. I'm pretty happy with the armor set that I currently have. Also, hey, not for nothing. The lighting here is pretty good. Yeah, I just haven't been particularly motivated to do them, I suppose. I probably will do them at some point though, just for the lore bits. Hello, Ishtola. Oh, speaking of lighting, I may as well mess around with this while they're talking. I did find a way to kind of, I think I found the sweet spot with my shaders here.
I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
So this is on, off, on, off. I think on it looks pretty neat.
So why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Does tank my frame rate a bit though.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them.
Yeah, some nice depth of field, some ambient occlusion, all that
you were
good
called
stuff.
to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
Uh-huh.
The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Agreed.
Then what of the many voids found in the source? Who guides them here and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical.
Mm-hmm.
For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Oh boy.
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate.
Sorry, that was me.
The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
Rawr.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
So you can't bring the body, you only bring over their soul. And it seems like this happens way more frequently.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
So there's someone in the source calling, well, obviously,
Exactly.
right?
For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
Voidsent got slorped to the source in the same way the Scions got slorped to the first. Yep,
When the
sounds about
hordes
right.
poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I feel like that might have to do with the Asians fucking around with
the
it.
source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps, but what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree
Did I
that
mod
go
my
alone
eyes?
would be
No, what are you
such a
talking about?
But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
You know it.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
Hint, hint.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent.
Huh?
It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daimir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Interesting.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Yeah. With Graha's favorite... I should have picked that second one. Graha's favorite place to sneak around.
Yes, it may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
I love the snock we get this patch. Yes, I agree.
Let us be on our way as well.
Alright, let's get going.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Alright, off to old Charlene we go. I know, I'm finding this pretty interesting so far. Is it Stola? If we're to enter the Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? Well, I was gonna say Alpha no. To settle, let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Hold on. Over that way. God, I gotta say though, The beginning of these patches was really damn cool, and then it just kind of tapered off, at least for me. I'll be interested to see where this goes, because I am enjoying the kind of like more relaxed storytelling that they're going so far, but I am interested to know sort of like where it tapers off, like you say, because personally for me, I felt like Endwalker was maybe a little bit rushed story-wise, which I know for a fact that it wasn't. Apparently from reading some interviews, they basically went over everything they wanted to go over, but I just feel like the Garlemald parts were like skimmed over maybe a little bit too much. It tapers off not because, well, it's not until it's not really original. You'll see. Oh, I see. Visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Skulark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb the vault of forbidden wisdom? We're going into the void. Sorry, to sip my drink. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daymir has lain dormant in Sharlayan's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is in fact precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. Why, yes, sir, I did intend to rip my soul into 7 pieces and put it into random objects. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortunov. Fortunov? Fortunov, but there's no denying that having Master Fortunov on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well. We'll pay him a visit to the Leverlier estate and plead our case. Oh, one last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours. I'd wager so if I could see if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Skulark. Well, oh, excuse me. We'll be sure to pass on any revelations. Sorry, the Coke is not sitting well. And by Coke, I mean Coca-Cola. You know, I was thinking about something actually in regards to what our time endeavored while we were at The end. I thought about the revelation that Y'shtola came to when it was all. Oh, hold on. When it was all about knowing how the world ends and still choosing to accept that and wanting to know more, because the whole thing with those little spooky specters was basically, we know how the world is gonna end. We know what awaits us. There's no point in kind of like keeping ourselves alive. We're just gonna kind of, we want to die kind of thing, right? And them sort of not wanting to tell Y'shtola why, because they felt like it will break your feeble little human mind if you know what awaits you. And she's like, you know what? That's okay. I don't want to know. At least not right now. I want to figure it out on my own. Reminds me of like storytelling, where it's like, it's one thing to watch a movie or experience a medium for yourself and come to all the conclusions that you do near the end, as opposed to being fed that information by somebody else. Well, millions would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. It feels only fitting that concepts of futility and entropy are linked with a group known as EA. It's useless, except our microtransactions. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequence of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. EA Sports, what a shame. Given up on the Thunder Beginning, he spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very, very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first, we should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Hooray! Not celebrate just yet, the forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Alrighty. The matter is out of our hands. All that remains to return to the annex and await a word of the forum's decision. You know, I'm kind of shocked I didn't get some of these earlier. I like how she tailored her argument differently to Montesquieu versus how she did to Fortuno. Yep. That's just, you know, usual Y'shtola. Very smart kitty cat. Stardust Charlie and Night really reminds me of the end of music to Sonic 06. Oh, I can hear it. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure when it became clear that a student was the petitioner in question. Well, no few members voiced their discontent. Oh. Then the chamber was reminded in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stifle. Oh, so I see. Fortuno really came in for us then. Yes, well, as I'm sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and I bid you good day. Bias beats bias. But that very stoicism is what Charlie needed to guide it through not one but two exoduses. Should be more nice to him. I should. He stole my haircut, but you know what? It's okay. I forgive him. Of course, but thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Oh boy, don't tell Graha. From here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. He stole my haircut too? Where'd the library be? It's... Oh. Puddingway! What you up to, Puddingway? I guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days after all, but I persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier than they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. Best of luck to you, Puddingway. To think the set of instructions I had laughingly imagined the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Alzadal's third exploit sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond the conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Archon Ishtola and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Follow me. If you would, watch your step and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Whoa. Look at all this forbidden knowledge.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
I recognize this music. Let's read books. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born— oh, look at that! The most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger, but trembling like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite transcendent being. Though you are tempted to read more, this does not seem to be the volume you are seeking. It does have to do with Void Scent, though. Interesting. Weighty tome. Let's pick up this thick book. In the year 1564 of the 6th Astral Era, the Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as gigantic, lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magics. If we consider that primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting deiform entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the aether should one who believes in an almighty omniscience attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence? Some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? And if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed of encyclopedic wisdom of every age? Yet, with no means to verify its pronouncements, how could one be certain that they were true? Though your mind spins with the possibilities discussed therein, this does not seem to be the volume you're looking for. A very interesting question to ask about more human-like, omniscient, actually godlike entities that are summoned. Like people like Ramu, what kind of knowledge do they have? Sri Lakshmi and stuff? The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning aperture. Look at that! The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nuashan, the 9th Patriarch of House Daemir. We present these research notes to the faculty of Charlian Studium as both a token of our friendship and as an expression of our boundless admiration. You appear to have located the forbidden volume you will seek. Ishila will need to make the final confirmation. Also, literally, dear Charlian friends, we have found a way to manipulate the void! We offer this book in our humblest sincerity and hope that you will accept us as friends. Charlian, put it in the forbidden bookshelf. Don't let anyone see this shit. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Well done, Colin. I think you may have found our prize. Alright, let's see what we got.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Daemir's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Quick, googly moogly, throw it into the restriction section. Whoa.
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures, a talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
Oh.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
It's been so long now.
And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching
It's
for.
a 1.0 reference, yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Quick, Matoya was able to scan an entire book and translate it. Surely we can, we can scan every entry here, right? And just, wow, just transfer all the contents of these books into our minds. Forbidden knowledge stays forbidden. All my Sunny music. You still love Mixo Horcrux. If anyone can help us, Nadana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the Great Work. Alright, yep. All onward. Let's see. Hello, Nadana. Stola tells me you're pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be a part of it. I have no doubt you will be interested. The research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters! This is the mark of House Daemir. I never even knew such a work existed. You should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives after all. It was? But that means every word is within his forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand? I can hardly wait to read it! Ooh, illegal texts! To think that the Daemir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build the new Mach Atomos? I say yes! 1,000 times yes! Work on a Daimir project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Sharlayan trembling in their sandals? No alchemist of the great work could resist! You are a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, but what do you mean to do with this big mouth simulacrum once we've built it? We're gonna cross the void! So, there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is the day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we finish gathering the components I require. Colin opens the Chamber of Secrets. Need to go further into the font of Maya. The aesthetics of the ones the one which post. I gotta go collect stuff. Go collect water. Agua. H2O. Also, just a second. There we go. Had to lower my my game's quality first for a bit. All right, so inspect the astrally dense pocket of water. Pocket of water. Where would that be? Oh, that's over there near Palika's stand. You return. What did you miss? You didn't miss much. We're gonna go collect water. Agua. You missed forbidden knowledge. Around here? Take nothing out of the ordinary. All right. God, being able to run while mounting is such a good feature. I'm gonna take a guess the aetherically charged water is over here. Font of Maya. Yeah. There we go. Pocket of water has been acquired. You know, it's funny. I can't wait to get to Dawn Trail. If not, just do another dungeon run. Just so I can play around with using Shadowbringer way more often. Because I've barely gotten to use it! Let's see. I need to find an optimal way to weave it into my combos is all. Ow. Oh, you're coming up on a favorite dungeon of yours? Ooh, okay. Void theory. Here we go. Look who I came across. This didn't seem to need diversion. We immune to the need of his lance. Right then. Now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once he stole the inform me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be ready at Akiali. I could find the Dark Knight rotation if you want. That'd help. Because I think I generally have a set kind of pattern that I like going in for Dark Knight, but it would help to have a standardized rotation ready. Also, oh, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Let's see, Void Theory. I am super eager to see where this goes plot-wise, though, because we had that little teaser at the opening of the patch teasing what looks to be someone who may or may not be Reaper, and they kind of sounded familiar. So we'll see. There we go.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
Oh, good, right.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance.
Oh.
Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater.
Yeah.
Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
How would I go about it? Wait. Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
We needn't attempt anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
Uh-oh.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Well, this is certainly new.
Water, water, frost and fire!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
These little guys. I remember you. Uh-oh.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
Oh.
In any case, these two should serve us well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Oh boy.
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void sense slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Will do. Frothed foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
No, please. No, please.
Let us begin, shall we?
I beg. Don't do it.
Nixies, into the void.
You know someone would be into that. Oh boy. Hold on. We need to wait for a time to ensure a meaningful result, but be patient and keep watch for any intruders.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
So that one's fine. And that one's not having a good time.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Feature had to mute his mic and freeze his VTuber avatar. Uh-oh.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through.
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
Yep, with the talisman we can go on through.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently.
So we may need to reinforce it with some other stuff.
Modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
Are we gonna run the test again where it's like, okay, Warrior of Light, we're gonna blast you with a bunch of radiation?
What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives.
Yeah, not all of us are nerds.
The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad.
Oh, look at
He
that!
explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
I have to rack my brain again about this kind of stuff. Oh, never mind, he's talking for me. Way to go, Colin.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
Hurrah! Alrighty. Let's continue onward. Once Nana succeeds in replicating the Mock Atomos, the door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the Void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least have good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding seal can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the Void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? That'd be Garland Ironworks. Also the Alligans? It's like, wait a minute, what? I mean, technically, sure, but... Alright, time to go meet Sid. Oh, we get teleported right to Relger's Reach. Oh, I do not miss this place. Blah, 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 blah. Da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Stormblood. Feel like it's been ages since we talked to Sid. Yeah, it's been ages since we talked to Sid. Pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. That's right, Sid. We got a job for you. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after meeting in that bloody mess. Controller. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at this little talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface, much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. Ringo Starr? He was in a band, you know. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity, so as to not impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it were such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, you may need some time to untangle the particulars. Blech. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nadan is getting on with the Mach Atomos. Alright. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Actually, Jesse, it's just basic alchemy.
Hey, Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
Edgy Vieira, that's right.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos.
What a coinky dink.
I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
Dang.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is
Dark
to run for the
background of the
hills.
sphere is that he hurt his
Harnish
toe on the
academics
drawer of his
certainly are
bedroom,
a
so the
different
world is just
breed.
pain now.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was
Hope you're having
hatched.
a good stream. Yeah, I'm having a good stream.
And so
Doing good
it
so
was
far.
Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries, you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
Hooray!
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet,
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Whoa.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Go save your sister.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
I know.
take heart. and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you, and here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavne for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
All right. You surprised me, Astidium. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vitra reach... I mean, it's partly to do with the Nidhogg stuff, right? 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the palace wrecked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer, then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Radatosker's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there is a chance we can spare Vitra that pain, then I will follow you. Any other former scions we should call on? I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should be sufficient for our purpose. Now on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient had we some manner of base camp near to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come. Let us reconvene outside the Megaduta. We just go into the void, nothing major, we don't need the others. Yeah. I'm sure Graha wouldn't mind coming with us. Or I could get one of the two twins with us. Preferably Alphino. And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out in the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. Notice after that we say the world from despair and oblivion itself, nothing is big now for the Royal and Science. It's just another day dealing with crap. Yeah, I have noticed that. As you've heard, we will have you settled in Megaduta in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Azdaja. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fall, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. What you got against Alizé? Oh, nothing. Just that if I were to bring any of the two twins with me, it would probably be Alphino. You see, Alizé's got a little bit of a superiority complex. Not that I blame her, of course. Just that if it ever comes to a dungeon and I'm playing DPS, I'd rather not have her hog the LB all the time. You know what this means to me, Colin, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Hello. Because Alpha knows the easiest stuff in a locker or hole in reality. Yes, that too. Well, Lystrola likes to hog the LB and look at it this way, follow her and you don't die. Fair enough. See, Ystola's the more manageable though in that regard. Meanwhile, in the 13th, oh boy. So this was the end cutscene for patch 6.1. Oh, now who could this be? That's a Reaper scythe. That's a Reaper. Whoa.
And thus I am returned.
Wait a minute.
To this world, bereft of saviours.
Is this the void scent that Xenos made a pact with? Because that's how that's how Reaper works, right? You make a pact with a void scent. Ooh. Excellent timing, Colin. Just a moment ago I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with reinforced warding scales. Yep, Xenos' avatar. Interesting. So I guess that does confirm then that Xenos is dead if his avatar returned to the 13th. RIP Xenos. Alright, let's get going. Here I was kind of holding out hope that Xenos wasn't, you know, super dead, but no, he's dead. He's dead as hell. He's dead as disco. There you are, Colin. I present to you the fruits of the alchemist's labor, the artificial Atmos. Whoa. Though we've yet to put it to the proof, its aether is practically identical to that of the original. A truly remarkable feat in so short a time. Aye, our alchemists have outdone themselves yet again. Small wonder that they are the pride of Radz-at-Han. This Galvus is no more, he has ceased to exist, ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff, bereft of life. He rests in peace. If he hadn't nailed his soul to the body, it would have been pushing up daisies. He's rugged down the curtain and joined the bleeding choir invisible. This is an ex-Galvus. How would you expect him to get back from the edge of the universe if he was just sleeping? You know what? He'll find a way. Should be shortly after our friends from the Ironworks arrive with the warding scales. Did someone say warding scales? Because it just so happens we have them. Oh, hello, Sid! Oh, you brought the whole crew with you. Right on cue. It's good to see you all again. But for the president himself to attend, keen to bear witness to our little experiment, are you? You know I am. I was there at the Crystal Tower, lest you forget. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You don't mind if we come along and see you off, I hope. It's thanks to these three that we could finish the work so quickly. 'Twas my painstakingly collected data that made the reinforcement possible. The scales will last a good 10 years in the void with nary a hint of degradation. Hey! Damn! Way to go, Nero! As the ones who did the actual reinforcement, we guarantee their quality as well. They'll keep you safe. But enough bragging. Here are the scales. With these, we can search for my sister without fear of corruption. I know not how to repay you. Don't mention it, Midgard. Don't mention it. Midgard Stormward came to our rescue in the rift. It's the least we can do to help his children. Thank you. Well, my friend, my only regret is that I won't be able to accompany you on this latest grand adventure. Wait, it's Nadana. Nadana, is that the matter? Before you depart, Your Excellency, there's something we wish to present to you. Will you please come with me? You will not delay us without good cause. Very well. Forgive me, my friends, but I require a moment. Oh boy. If he's coming with us and we don't have a fourth party member, I'm gonna take a guess. It's a new vessel for him to be in, right? New fighting vessel.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
What I tell ya?
Vritra, I presume.
Told ya. Oh, I like the way he looks.
Indeed, this vessel now serves as a host for my eye. I was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something, but this...
We couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your
Paul
Excellency.
Sean! Now do this to Alphino and Alizé!
And I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding...
Oh,
It was our
skip
intent
dialogue.
to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet
Watches
improve it
Vel
further.
develops precognition for the rest of
Pray
for the rest of his time with the game. As long as it keeps the story keeps me on my toes, it shouldn't be a problem. However, I feel like that's not gonna be the
and
case.
shall put it to good use.
So let me guess, given the shield, I'm gonna guess he's gonna be playing Paladin.
I ask that you watch over Radzatan in my absence. The dangers we go to face are great and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention. And in opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Voidsent will find their way into our world.
I mean, predictable is not bad. No, of course not. It's just that, again, a lot of my enjoyment from stuff like Shadowbringers and I think even Heavensward was just that very unpredictable nature of what the story had to offer. I mean, same goes with Endwalker. Who could have predicted that fucking Zodiark would be the first trial?
So, think only of your mission, Varshan. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body, perhaps we should use a different name.
Nay, Varshan shall suffice. Though I may have thus grown up,
Hello.
I am as ever a little brother to you all.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Varshan. And best of luck.
I have something for you as well.
For me?
While you were gone, Eorzea paid us a visit.
Wah.
As you may recall, he joined us on our foray into Alzadal's legacy, in part to conduct research for the Loporrits. Research they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault. As a token of their gratitude, Livingway entrusted a familiar relic to Eorzea.
Oh.
Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteion. The Loporrits no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the void. And who better to bear Hydaelyn's gift than her chosen champion?
A Chaos Emerald?
If there is nothing left to discuss, then let us depart. Our
Time
boat
to
awaits
go.
us in Akyali.
I'm glad Bashan got hot. Satrap and your fellows have already departed for the vault. Are you ready to set forth? Are you ready for a good-ass dungeon? Yes.
I shall now lift the seal. In the name of Alzadal III, I cast open this door unto the void!
All right, here we go.
Go. Absorb the Void Gate.
That is much bigger. Holy shit.
It worked. We should have no trouble passing through a gate of that size.
What can we expect to find after stepping through?
On my previous foray, I emerged in a castle swarming with void scent. I was hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area. The command of our mission, I leave in your capable hands.
All right.
In the event of battle, I shall adapt my tactics to complement your own.
Upon our arrival, several
Should we require
cutscenes shall
healing,
play in
I can
sequence.
provide it. 'Twould be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
Okay, Stola. So Vashon will be an adaptable
Take heart,
tank DPS,
and have faith.
while Ishtola will
We
go as healer
brave
if need
this
be.
broken world and rescue my sister Ajdaya.
Okay, so Vashon then will be our second DPS. The Fell Court of Troya. Oh boy. A second. There we go. Let's do it. See how fun this is. Oh, this looks familiar. Yep, that old familiar feeling is about... Oh wow, even down to me waking up. Fell Court of Troya. Alright, let's go. Also, the name and bosses in this dungeon make clear you want to post one is super well liked. I love this dungeon though, it's so good. Welcome to Italy. Trojan Sentry. Oh, he's a dragoon. That's cool. With the sword and shield, I was kind of expecting him to go in as like, because you know how Graha uses like a light sword or whatever to like, it's like a warrior. I don't even know what to describe it as, but like, I was expecting something like that. I was not expecting dragoon. Dragoon with one O. Right. He breathes fine instead of doing dragon jumps and such. I'll have to turn those on. He's paladin for tank. You were expecting DPS lighter like harsh point Robon. There you go. That's what I was expecting. Remind me, under what? Was it under character settings? For like character effects? Target, filters, target, general, that was UI settings, HUD, party list, hotbar, character. It might be under UI settings. Character. I'll figure it out in a minute. It's the first tab with the arrows pointing. Alrighty. Cool thing to look at behind me. I mean, just the like the little portal thingies. Something going on in there. It's like upside down me. It's like an upside down mirror. It's reflective, yeah. Oh boy. I do like that his steam now lasts longer. Oh boy, boss. Penitence. Oh, boss music.
Away with you!
That's special music, really. I'd rather enjoy a trash AoE. A trash AoE boss fight? Yeah, this is a lot of this. Oh, there's more. Trash mob bosses like this? No, I can't really, none immediately are coming to mind. Yeah, it's just a fuckload of these. Holy shit. How many more are there? Oh, there it is.
You forced my hand.
There we go. That was neat. Just a crap load of void scent. Whoa. Copper, not too shabby. How many more are there? All of them? Troy Keep. Welcome to the void! right. Let's go this way. Pony beating up the pretty pony.
You underestimate me!
There we go. Pretty sure that was one of the air mounts resized. Yeah, I think I have it. Some Leviathan horse, yep. You joking there somewhere? Nah. That's a bunch of horses. There we go. Second boss. Cool backdrop. Beatrice. Oh, I had to send another one. Oh shit. Okay. There are very clearly marked circles on the ground that I'm supposed to follow. No. Oh, they're using Dragoon tactics as well. There we go. Someone else can devour them. Listen. That's not how this works, okay? Trick. Backwards, we're going backwards. Go this way. Scouting. Then behind the throne. Sorry, I had to readjust myself in my seat. All right, go. I will say, I definitely do like the pacing of this dungeon and the enemy variety. go. Banger alert incoming. Oh boy. Apologies if I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to focus as best I can on this. I've always been bad about talking during dungeons. There we go. Now, second, let me make sure my audio config. Everything should be fine. Let's see.
So the gate did open again and delivered the most mouth-watering morsels.
Excuse you? Oh.
Archfiend of Earth and
oh, hell yeah!
As a circle of four. Such pleasure I will take in delivering you unto your grave.
Oh, I'm listening to this after stream. Squamilioni! Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Breathe deep of your death.
You forced my hand.
Almost got Ishtola killed there. Alright, let's do that again. I always accept busy not dying as if we're not talking. Yeah, now I'm talking because I'm hyped. Fucking this music woke me up.
help you.
He's literally inflicting me with brain rot. Oh, I gotta face the wall. Gotcha. Oh, this music is so good.
You underestimate me.
Give me that tank buster. Oh, I love that sound. Bum, 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 bum. My bad. I'll give him another nickname, give him his debuff here, but I can't bring myself to do it. Wait, what's the debuff? Medica 2 of the 7th on is what we're currently picking up. Whoa! Okay. Rotten Rampage. Up against a wall. There we go. Oh my god, he literally is giving you brain rot. Oh, sorry guys. I think that was his thingy with the stack marker bouncing around.
You forced my hand. Time to end this! I am of the first few.
There we go. Oh, that was fun. Oh, that was fun. Oh, and I'm definitely putting that Final Fantasy IV battle theme onto my fucking Spotify playlist. Like, skippity you, am I right? Oh, man. Italian Feld. Oh, that was fun. I'll admit, I was kind of falling asleep throughout a lot of that dungeon. Again, it's still pretty early and I woke up pretty late. But the moment I heard that Final Fantasy IV remix, I just, I just woke up. Do you understand what I meant now when I said post-game didn't feel original? Yeah, no, I definitely feel it, though admittedly, I know that Endwalker's main scenario also had a decent chunk of FF4 references in it.
The gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume a fellow Voidsent.
They don't seem to hold any qualms about that.
Like men, perhaps they form factions and fight amongst themselves.
The question is, what will the minions do?
Well, hello.
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Shush,
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
There is much we do not know about Voidsent. If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Let's proceed with caution and pick up what we can.
Sage advice, my friend. 'Tis reassuring to have one so experienced with us.
Let's proceed with caution.
I am here, sister. Finally here.
They can recognize, nope, don't want any of that.
I swear it.
And they saw us beat the shit out of the out of the previous two, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna sit this one out. Buried memory. There's the title card. Yep, that one right there. Alright, let's finish up this quest. This castle should serve as a base of operations for now. Or we set our sights elsewhere. Let's see what there is to learn here. Oh. Dang though, you don't... Will not encounter any threats for a while. Should you leave Toria Castle, you may return here in the Weaver's Warding. Additionally, you may now enter the Felk Port of Troya within a party of NPC avatars to make use of this. So what I find interesting is this looks like an entire like area. Mind you, it's using Voidsent assets, which they've likely used over the course of like from A Realm Reborn to now, right? But this is pretty expansive. Let me take a look around. An area I can mount in. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. It's small, but it's like, well, I say small. Haven't even gone down there yet. Cause I remember Stormblood added Wurlet, or Wurlet Bay, and that was pretty small, all things considered. I don't think Shadowbringers had any extra areas in the patches. I think there was... there was an area smaller to like Amarat, where like the Aneder. That's it. The Anesis Aneder. There was a small section that you could walk around in there, but yeah, no, this is like it's pretty cool. It's the assets from the World of Darkness Crystal Tower. Remember? Oh no, yeah, I remember. The warding scale exhibits no change. It should be safer to remain here and begin our search. But whither now? I would sense Asdaja were she remotely near, but there is nothing. Whirlit was Shadowbringers? Wait, was Whirlit Shadowbringers? Was Whirlit? Oh, yeah. Whirlit was Shadowbringers. That's right. Does that I require my true form? And even if I were possible to join us underneath, able to draw more void sent to us. I see. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we were confined to this isolated isle. I propose to begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants, and understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Shadowbringers also had Boja, if that counts. Oh, yeah, that is an interesting point. So there was a decent chunk of content that was just dripping out from Shadowbringers onward. And I think that's, the new exploration area hasn't dropped yet for Dawn Trail, has it? That's not for another, what, month? Alright, let's talk to some of these voids and... Grrr. 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 As long as you'll learn anything from it. Alright. 7.2.1, gotcha. God. I'm looking at some of these enemy designs. It really does feel like these enemies are ripped right out of Amano's, like, well, not Amano, because Amano didn't do the creature design. That would be Nomura, I think, for Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, no, for Final Fantasy VI, 5, and 4, I believe, Nomura did the creature design. These enemies look like they're right out of Nomura's old, like, sprite work. Oh, yeah, so tomorrow is, sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday is Moon, Lunar Exploration. I can't wait to not participate because I'm not a crafter. Hey, same here. Never really feel like these. I'm Mr. Snorers. What am I to do now? What am I to do? The future mode is endlessly just not sparing so much. Okay, so. I serve, I obey. Please don't eat me. Sure. A dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about anything. But the one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in the dungeon, but clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. This seems like a place I could chill out in. What enticing aether you have. Give me some. Give me some. No. Aw, if only I were stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine, I'll find someone else to eat, Grumble. While able to communicate, this one seems to think only of feeding. Better take your inquiries elsewhere. Oh. Colin's feeling okay. Feeling just peachy. So I believe... Fine, if you're gonna be like that, I guess I won't eat you, jerk. Let's wait here. I do like the way this looks, though. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rung void sent tend to have lower intelligence, it would seem. A pity Scormillion is dead. He was talkative, at least. What of you? They all want to eat me, which I don't approve of. Clever voidsent in the dungeon. That would be the area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this voidsent, preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. Not if I have anything to say about it. Alright, back to the entrance we go. I admit, it is a cool touch that we can explore the dungeon after we've beaten it. It's a good way to not let assets go to waste, I suppose. Let's go this way. Dog. Troyan doorkeeper. Pray we caught our weekend in the dungeon before being served up to the mistress. Tenderizing, she called it, and that's the way she used to like it. Troyan guard dog. I'm assuming I'll get nothing but a row. Whoa. Yep. Wait, would this dog sound like ruff or both? Like wow. Carcere. Boof. 100% boof. Boof. Vel, you're losing your mind. You're making dog sounds on stream. Bow. Troyan jailer. No one comes and goes from this dungeon without permission. For you, though, I'll make an exception. Go on, go. It's so dark. Can't see ish. Food for the mistress' consumption is kept in these cells. With the mistress devoured, we're free to help ourselves. But the clever one is strong. Another warden went in to devour the clever one, but he hasn't come back out. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, dark-robed voidsent. That's me.
The friend.
The friend. Oh, damn.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
Immediately on guard.
How did it come to be here?
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
The incessant need to test one's reflexes. Well, it's a good thing we got this MacGuffin.
Heidelin's crystal.
Ah. Well then.
But how? The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the void-sent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Interesting world, but horribly boring if you ask me.
What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature.
By dealing with void sent, that
So
explains
answer
it.
me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
Well... At least not yet. This would imply that me and Xenos were buddies. Whatever Xenos may have said, I wasn't his friend, and this is just straight up no. And this is, well, I'm actually this guy.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
I do... to echo back on what I said earlier, I do wish they gave you more dialogue options that actually meant something unique, because I'm guessing that each of those responses would have something slightly different, but basically the same. Hello. Well then. As much as one might expect as much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from the other Void Sent. At least those we've met, and the change we witness, I suspect, is due to your crystal purging the excess darkness in her. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and about her world. Alright, and with almost 3 hours of streaming, I think this is a good place to call it for the time being. Thank you guys so much for watching today's stream of Final Fantasy XIV. Might stream again next week. It all depends again on how my work week goes, but until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye!